You're plugged into Schaumburg Speaks, a podcast highlighting and celebrating local businesses and community in the Schaumburg area.
Welcome to Schaumburg Speaks, where we're plugging into business and community in Schaumburg. I'm your host, Andrea Bewer, president of the Schaumburg Business Association, and I'm really excited about today's episode. Not just because of the topic, because of who's joining me. I'm here with Jim Burke, COO of Links Technology Solutions. And not only is he president of Links Technology Solutions, but he's also a lifetime family friend. So, Jim, thanks so much for being here.
Well, thank you for the invitation.
You're welcome.
Kind of a full circle moment for both of us.
It is. How are you feeling?
Feel great.
That's awesome. So our families go way back. Your dad was founding member of the Schaumburg Business Association, and my mom was the first president that he brought in to lead this organization. So we've definitely known each other for a while. So again, this is full circle moment and awesome.
Yes. Very, very cool.
So let's just jump right in. Today we're talking about something that every business hears about, but not everyone fully understands. Managed IT services. Jim, so let's just tell everybody, what is managed IT services that they might not know about?
So managed IT is like hiring an external IT department that keeps all your systems running smoothly. I always like to tell customers that the difference between managed IT and having an employee on staff to manage your IT is that we're never sick, we're never on vacation, we're always there 24/7. Mm-hmm. You'd be hard pressed to find an employee to be there all that time, and probably for about half the cost of what it would cost to have a full-time person on staff.
So if I'm a company and I know that I need to have help with the IT, I know it's changing so much, how does it work for a company? So let's say a company is looking to bring you on. How does that all work?
So the first thing that happens is we would go out and do an assessment and see where they're at and what they're looking for. Most companies don't even realize what they're looking for when they first reach out for something like this. So we'll do an assessment, we'll look at their current systems, what they're doing, how they're supported today, and we'll make recommendations and we'll quote them on what it would take for us to manage their environment.
So you've been in the industry for a long time, and your family actually built this business from the ground up. You're a third generation company?
Well, no. We're second generation.
But
that's right.
Third generation's working.
That's correct. My son Brian and my niece Cameron are both working in the business, so they would be third generation.
So let's back up a little bit and let everybody know the story behind Links Technology. How did you get into managed IT services?
So Links started as purely an IT staffing company. When
what is an IT staffing company?
IT staffing is basically somebody calls and says, I need a programmer for 6 weeks, and I'm going to pay this, and we'll pay you guys that, right? So we'll pay the person to be on our staff. We'll hire them as a contractor. We pay them, whatever, and they're our employee that works on site for the customer temporarily. So we have contractors today that have been working on site at customers for 25 years. So
they might as well just work for Links. Yeah,
exactly.
Okay, so then obviously I see the way it transitioned, but tell us the story how you went from just placing people to actually having your own people working for you doing those services.
So as you know, we're a family owned and operated company. Me and my brother-in-law, Bob Van Valkenburg, and my father started the business 26 years ago. I run the managed services and staffing side of the business, and my brother-in-law runs the software development and custom applications and website business. His name is Robert Van Valkenburg. His email would be bobv@linkstechnology.com. And also my niece works in that business as well, and she's Cameron Van Valkenburg, Cameron V @linkstechnology.com. So if you wanted anything in that side of the business, that's where you would go.
So that's a great story, and I think, didn't your dad back in the day work for Woodfield Business?
That's right.
Yeah. So you've always been working with companies.
He was selling office supplies and copy machines, and I actually set up all the computers in that office when I got out of the Marine Corps, I just was tinkering around with computers. I didn't know anything about them. They didn't even have internet back then. It was all Word documents and things like that.
Fax machines.
It's unbelievable how it's changed.
How it's changed. And now you're not a third generation, second generation, but your third generation works for the company.
That's right.
Plus your company. How many employees do you have now working for you?
About 100, I would say.
I mean,
so locally here we have about 30, and then we have consultants throughout the country.
And that's such a success story. In 25 years, you and your family grew a business that was from nothing to over 100 employees.
Incredible.
So things with technology are ever evolving. And again, you've been in the industry for a long time. We could probably talk about for this all day, but how have you seen things change?
So 26 years ago, everything we did was on site, right? One-on-one. I mean, I probably was at your mom's house 100 times with her printer.
I'm sorry.
She was wonderful to work with,
yeah.
Right? But today, almost everything we do is remote. So if you look at 26 years ago, we were on site, it was face-to-face all the time, and you had to have people that could drive to Westmont or drive to Chicago or, go to all these places. And now we can fix everything within minutes from right in our offices. So I would say that's the biggest difference that you see today.
And that's good. So,
It's good, yeah, because you got to be able to do more with less, right?
Right.
You just have to.
So now you're able to fix things without, depending on what you're fixing.
Yeah, because think about if somebody's got to drive to Chicago, right? And then they got to drive back, or they got to drive to Chicago, and then they got to go to Westmont, they got to go to these places. All that's time that they could be working on issues.
So that leads into a big question. So if I'm a company right now and I'm considering having hiring a couple of people full-time or doing managed IT, what is the biggest thing? Give us some reasons on all the reasons why they should hire you all. I mean, I know the reasons and I could probably list it right now because we've been a long-term client, but why should they go with a company like yours versus doing it themselves?
So, a lot of companies will say when they come out on client sites is that we're proactive, we're not reactive, we plan these things out. And I would say for us, Lynx Technology, the difference with us is the people that work for us, right? We have people that have been there since the beginning, right? And they've never left. So we have a very, very strong base of people that are about the company and have always done the right stuff and taking care of the clients and taking care of, and they understand that we're client-focused business, right? I mean, all of our it's all relationships. We're not out,
soliciting. You're just getting them.
We're getting referral-based business based on relationships that we've had for years and years and years.
Right.
So if a company was to go out today and
try to hire, or what if they're even trying to hire their own person? They have to pay for training.
Think about hiring one person, right?
Very big cost.
Vacation, sick, all of these things that come up in life. They move to another, there's no continuity in one person taking a job like that.
Right.
It just doesn't work. People, always are transitioning to different careers. The average American changes jobs 7 times in their life.
And another thing that I could tell that I've attested by working with your staff is obviously if you hire somebody, that person that you hire, you have to keep up with training and all the changes and all the cyber scams that are out there. Right. So what does Lynx do differently to make sure that your team, your managed IT, is staying educated?
Well, I would love to say
I know this answer because they are amazing.
I would love to say that all we do is educate and educate and educate, but the reality is nobody is dying to run out and do classes after working a full day in a job like a help desk job. It just doesn't happen. But because of all of the different customers and all of the different softwares and all the different technologies that we work with, the experience is, hands-on experience beats any other kind of experience, as you know. I mean, you can go to school and get a 4-year degree in sales, but
until you're on the street and dealing with it every day, right?
So I think that because of all of the different clients that we serve and all of the different people that work at Lynx, it's a great career path because there's so much experience in the people that work at our company and the customers that we service that have been our customers for 25 years.
Right.
So they've seen us grow. We've watched these businesses grow, and it's just an amazing. It's amazing to watch.
Yeah, and I could tell you from our experience of working with your team is you all are proactive versus so many companies are reactive, and your team members are always anticipating the next thing because there's so many scams and there's so many viruses and so many different things that you've always taken that approach. What else sets you apart?
Well, I think that the main thing that sets us apart from other companies, like I said, is the people.
Your relationships.
The people, the employees, they truly set us apart. As far as this proactive, reactive talk, if somebody comes and tells you that we want to sell you this service and we're very proactive as opposed to reactive, well, then they're not really in touch with what's going on today, because every single day technology changes. Every day. Every time we find a way to eliminate a virus, there's a new one created. And the ransom attacks and spyware and the email, think about all the spam we get today.
Yeah.
It just never stops.
And it's getting so sophisticated that it's even from me.
So we can't, how are we supposed
you never know.
The only thing we can do is proactively research tools that help to eliminate these things. But every time we do, something new comes along. Right. So I had just 2 nights ago, myself, I got this spam bot. I never heard of such a thing. I woke up in the morning to 13,000 emails in my inbox.
Wow.
And this attack signed me up, my email address up to thousands of websites for information. So for the last 3 days, I've been, and we're a technology company, we're still, it's just, it never stops, and we have people that are strong and are willing to put in the time and the energy to make sure that our customers are safe.
And are aware of these scams,
things.
So we could at least, I know, I could say there's been so many times, first of all, being a long-term client, that you guys are taking that approach with us and helping us avoid scams that unfortunately that you had for the first time, but you experienced that and then you let everybody know and take the proper steps so we don't run into that. And it's been an absolute pleasure. I know you do more than managed IT services. You do other things. So let's just talk about Links right now. What are all the things that you do? Aside from that, to people that may be interested in wanting to hire Links Technology?
So we're an IT staffing company, but we're a staffing company. So we can do any kind of staff augmentation or permanent placement or any of those kinds of things. Like if you needed a person, and we've placed attorneys, we've placed, you name it. We're doing air wing people on the West Coast.
Is it based on technology or is it based on anything?
Based on anything.
Okay.
Mostly higher level jobs, right? That are harder to find because there's lots of jobs out there that are not, so I would say skilled labor.
Okay.
We'll put it in that category. So the managed services, websites, those.
Could we talk about websites a little bit?
We sure can.
Yeah, I think we were one of the first websites back in the day, 26 years ago now. You developed our website and you've continued and you do it for several chambers, park districts all over. Talk about the website a little bit more.
So when we did the SBA website, my dad was very, very diligent about what he felt like the website needed and how to talk to all of the members. And he built with two software developers basically what Chamber Master is today. And Chamber Master, for people that don't know, is the software
system.
Right, and it manages all the members. So he had built that with these developers, and it was very, very good. He's still, if you get him on the subject today, he's like, I can't believe they got rid of that thing. That was the greatest thing ever. But we built that, and it was custom software, and we do that for clients still today. So not only a website, but selling on a website, doing unique niche things on a website. We don't do that as much anymore because it's become kind of a commodity type business. Right. Everybody can do that. You can do it for cheaper. You can do it faster. Not everybody is as concerned.
But you guys are great, and you offer wonderful support. Right. And we use your website, and we also have other systems that are integrate. And I could say that's another really awesome thing about working with you and your team. You manage our IT, you manage our website. We don't have to worry about it.
Right.
And I know when it's in Links Technology Solutions hands, we're in good hands.
Yeah,
Always.
and I appreciate that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So chambers,
Yeah.
we do many chamber websites that are on top of the chamber master software. Park districts, same thing. They have their core softwares. We do the look and feel of the site. So we're good at that. We also do software development for the utility industry. So we built a software many years ago with an employee that files tariffs electronically as a software that allows for this to happen, and the government, makes these big utility companies use it. So it's a great business.
incredible.
And we have people, that's all they do all day, every day, is build updates and new software for that business.
That's something that I learned recently. That's
Yeah.
so interesting. So can you share with us one of your favorite stories of how you helped a local business thrive? I mean, you could use SBA, I'm sure, but any other things that you're really proud of today that Links created, your family created?
So I thought that you had asked me to come up with some kind of a story behind a customer.
Okay, sure.
So I'll give you the story.
I want some Jim stories.
So we have always been very matter of fact about the softwares and technologies you need when it comes to working with us.
Yeah.
We have, on some times, because they're smaller, said, okay, you don't have to have that. We had one big customer right here in Schaumburg who had a ransom attack. This is many years ago now, and because they did what we told them to do, they were up in 2 hours, back restored. Big company, could have paid millions of dollars in ransom that we saved, and they were back up. Same scenario, another customer, smaller, refused to do the backups, got ransom attacked, and had to pay the ransom, and then still did not really get all their files back. They today do everything we tell them to do. So,
of course.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's a tough lesson to learn, but those are two examples of things that we have preached for a long time, and we let, they didn't want to spend the money, and they ended up spending about 5 times the amount of money because they didn't want to spend that little bit of money to do what we told them to do.
It's a great
amazing.
story.
Yeah.
So before we switch gears and talk about community, because I know you've always been a community member, is there any other services that you provide that we didn't cover?
No, I think those are the 4 core areas that we focus on.
Yeah. So you all helped, your father, as we mentioned earlier, helped found the Schaumburg Business Association. And I know, knowing him, knowing your family for so long, community has always been at the core, I think, of Links Technology success and your partnership with the people that you meet. How is being part of the Schaumburg Business Association and helping to create the Schaumburg Business Association, how has that benefited Links Technology?
So the obvious part is my dad started it, and we always wanted to be part of the care and feeding in the SBA, right? We were always very invested in making sure that the SBA was strong, with strong people, strong technology, strong leadership. And, for us, the SBA is part of the village. I grew up in Schaumburg. My kids grew up in Schaumburg. My dad has had a business in Schaumburg for 50 years. Between Links Technology and Woodfield Business Products, he's been in this village for a long time. This is the place we chose to be. Many of the founding members are lifelong friends of ours that we have known for many, many years.
Yeah.
So that's the real reason, is we just love this community.
Well, the one thing about you is you all have been givers, and I think, and you've helped so many businesses, so many people, and I truly believe, I think when you give, you get, and you all are epitome. Your success and all of that is due to the foundation that you all have. Givers get. And just thank you all for so much that you've done. So we have a lot of new members joining SBA. We're can't even believe it, but we're approaching the 900 company mark.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's incredible. It's a big, wonderful machine that is going strong, but we know our success is their success. What is the one piece of advice you could give a new member, a new company that's either moving to Schaumburg or joining the Schaumburg Business Association to do when they start?
So I actually wrote this down because I was thinking about this question and what it really means to us. And I'm just going to read it to you because what I would say to any new member is this: get engaged, attend events, make introductions, and listen. Find opportunities to help a member with a referral or a connection. Come into the SBA to serve the members.
Give, yeah.
New members coming in expecting immediate business and asking for sales are looking in the wrong place. This is not that kind of a community. And I just left with relationships first. And to quote a great American, ask not what the SBA can do for you.
I love it.
Ask what you can do for them.
Did you hear that? That's awesome.
So
that
it's
is
true.
Awesome.
I really believe that our success has been because we have been so. I don't even know if I could put a number on the amount of business we've gotten from the SBA, but the relationships and the friendships are priceless.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, it's again, it's about when you open a business, obviously we all want business, but I think we all deep down want more. We want a connection with something bigger than ourselves. And
that's right.
And if it wasn't for the sacrifices that you, your family, and your team have made, you've given so much to the SBA. I was here in the beginning when my mom and your father founded it. I was a member, and then I ended up working for them before I was in this position now. But I just remember that was the one thing that your company, we ran into a problem. We would call you 2 seconds later, not 2 seconds, but maybe 5 minutes later, somebody would pull up. And another great story that continues today, we're going to be remodeling our office for our 25th anniversary. And I was out to dinner with you all and talked about, I think we're going to need a monitor. Oh my God, I got to work on Monday. There's a monitor that was dropped off. I was like, oh my God, that is just incredible. And, there's a reason why Links Technology Solutions is successful, and that's because of all that you've done.
Yeah,
all that you've done.
Yeah, we truly appreciate that and the relationship, and it's so good to have you here.
Yeah, it's my pleasure.
Running the SBA as a second generation.
Yeah, as we know, second generation. Okay, so speaking of second generation, I'm going to do a couple quick fire questions. Brian Burke is an icon and obviously the founder. What is one piece of advice that he gave to you as a business or as a man that you carry with today in running the business? Sorry.
So my dad was always a customer-centric person, right? So it was always somebody would call with a problem, and it wouldn't be, is that covered in their contract, or, it'd be fix the problem.
Fix it.
And we'll worry about that later. Take care of the customer first. And that's always how he is. He's still that way today, right? Like, forget what the problem is, right? I don't care if we don't know how to do it. Figure it out and fix it for him. And then we'll go back to how do we rectify this. So that was the one thing and I think the whole company's that way. I really do. Most
the whole
people,
company is that
when
way.
somebody picks up the phone, it's never a question of, who are you or what, it's what the problem, let us fix it. So that's something that he's always been like since we were kids.
Yeah, and it has carried on through you, and it has carried on through your son, Brian Jr., and your employees. So thank you. And last question regarding SBA. I already know the answer, but I'm going to ask it anyway. What is your favorite SBA event?
So my favorite SBA event.
Ooh, you're thinking. I thought this was just going to be.
So it used to be the golf outing, right?
I thought you were going to say Yacht Rock.
It used to be the golf outing, right?
Yeah.
But it's gotten pretty big, and it's very well attended, and that's wonderful. And I chaired that event for several years.
You taught us all everything that we know now.
I think that I like the events that are a little more smaller, the Good Morning Schaumburgs and things like that, better as I get older. Leadership luncheons. I think the Coffee and Contacts is a great event.
Yeah.
Super
That's not small
great.
Anymore. We
It's
had
not
over
small.
100 people this
I know.
morning.
It's great to get plugged in. Those are the events. If I was a new member, that's what I would push people towards. Like the golf outing, you're with 3 people all day long. You're interacting with a few people. It's not the same connection as going to some of these smaller events.
Right.
And even, like you said, 100 people is smaller.
Right.
But you can truly meet all of those people. The golf outing, you're kind of
Unless you're a sponsor. We have 27 whole sponsors that get to,
Right.
play is a little slow. So now, and Jim's a big golfer. So that's the truth.
That's not why. It's a great treat to bring a customer out to the SBA golf outing. It is very entertaining.
Yeah.
But if you're a serious golfer that wants to play in 4 hours or less, that is not the place for you.
It's not the place for you. You go there to have fun, network, and connect.
Right.
I know our viewers are chomping at the bit. How could they get in touch with you and find out about managed IT services? What's the best way to contact you?
So I think the best way is over email, which is jburke@linkstechnology.com. And or you can just call the office, and I'm there.
What's the number?
847-252-7600.
And also, you could go to our lovely website, check it out, and then look up Links Technology Solutions. It's the whole website is powered by them, and you could find their information or give us a call here, and we'll happily direct you to you and your team. So
Awesome.
Thank you, Jim,
Well, thank you
for being here.
Yeah,
How long did it take for us to get this?
I've
been here a year and a half.
Yeah, so I feel like everybody that I know has been on the show except for
Jim.
me.
He can't say that anymore.
Well, we'll see about that.
Yeah, okay,
right?
you will.
But
All
thank you very much.
You got
it was a pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you.